Alright, round two. Uh, alright, welcome back. It's been a little while, just a little. Um, yeah, my GPU failed. I, uh, I woke up one morning, my computer was off, which it normally isn't, normally it's hibernating. I turned it on, only one monitor was active. I'm like, oh no. Um, and there's just no output coming out of my GPU, and I go into the BIOS and my GPU just isn't even recognized as being present, and I'm just like, oh no. So it was dead, and I had to replace it. But my new GPU is a little bit better because, technology marches on. So I'm going to be redoing the same test that I did last week, and hopefully it'll actually run properly this time. Because slightly better GPU and a little bit more VRAM. But if it goes poorly, I'll just do Palace again. There's no real way to test how a stream will affect performance until I actually try streaming. It's still pretty laggy. Oh, that's extremely laggy. Well, I'll go until I die or win. Also, hold on, my model's in the way of the voting. Oh, true, that is with my model. Maybe I'll just try turning my model off entirely. Oh, this actually runs. Okay, I'm happy now. Yep, this is why it's a test stream. Oh, I'm happy I can actually play Noita on stream now. I would rather have an avatar, but I'd rather have frames more than I'd like to have an avatar. Yeah, it was a toss-up whether or not I was going to be streaming this Friday. But yeah, I got the new GPU, I installed it, I got... Oh, that's so kind of you. I really appreciate it. And this time around I can actually show off one of my favorite games, which is Noita. It is a very, very good game. With magic and explosions, and I mean... Wait, remove ground... Oh crap, Twitch integration. I turned it on, and then I forgot that I turned it on. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. So yeah, I'm actually pretty good at Noita. If you're familiar with Noita, you'll see my crown and my amulet, and you'll respect me. So Twitch integration should make this pretty entertaining. For me. She says before getting shot. And blown up. Yeah, moments like that make life interesting. Oh god, imagine if you did, like, remove ground while I was in a holy mountain. What was I saying? But yeah, Noita, very fun game, glad I can stream it. My new card has about 50% more VRAM than the last one. And about 25% better overall performance. It also has RTX compatibility, but I don't think that's going to be a factor in Noita. I went from a 1070 to a 3060. Also, if you're not familiar with the games, by all means, or if you're not familiar with the game, by all means, go ahead and ask questions. I love rambling about Noita. This is a lightsaber. It makes me happy. That's even more lightsabers. The stats on this one are kind of garbage, though. A full second recharge time is really not nice. It is a lot of sabers, but in terms of value, there's like a lot of diminishing returns after the first one. The first saber is priceless. The ones after that are just nice to have at best. You think this has different weapons and builds I can make? Get through FP? Yes. So if I open my inventory here, you'll see that all of my wands have like slots and then like things in those slots. Loot. Excellent. Thank you for the money. It's like a preview of once I get affiliate and I can actually get bits. You were hoping it'd be a mimic. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so if you look at the actual stats on the wand, it's a lot of stuff, but basically from top to bottom. Shuffle no means that the wand is read from left to right. Shuffle yes means that it effectively gets scrambled every time it gets used. This really seems like a more complicated game than the art style makes it seem. Yes, a million times yes. This game is absurdly complicated in the best ways. So spells per cast, pretty self-explanatory. Every square is a spell, essentially. So if it's one spell per cast, it casts one spell, then moves to the next one. But if it was like two, it would do, two at a time, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the game is basically an ARG. Like, getting to the bottom of the mountain and beating the boss and winning the game is the tutorial, essentially. Cast delay is how long between the individual parts of the wand, and then recharge time is how long it takes once you go through all the spells in the wand to go back to the start of the wand and start over. Yes, max mana and mana charge speed are pretty self-explanatory if you've ever played a game with mana. Capacity is just how many spells are in the wand, and spread is how much random noise is added to your aim. And now that I'm in a holy mountain, you can see that these are all like lit up and moving. That means I can move them. So I can actually like take spells off of wands and shuffle them around, or like throw them onto the ground, which I didn't mean to do. And I can like make different wands with different spells by like adding them together. Spells that have like this bluish border are actually modifiers and modify the spells that come after it. Yeah, and before I just blow myself up trying to show stuff off. I mean, it could happen. Something below is already exploding. These things happen. Also, every time you clear a stage, you get to take a perk. I'm not super fond of these, but I like going fast, so I'll take that. Some perks are really good. I'm gonna buy Slime Cloud, Digging Bolt, and Reduce Spread. And what I'm gonna do is, because Digging Bolt is free, I'm gonna put it on my secondary starter wand, which has amazing speed but terrible mana, but that doesn't mean anything if my spell is free. Are you getting Deep Dungeon vibes? It's very roguelite. You go through, you grab what you've confined, and then you like make the best of it. This next zone is pretty spicy. Yeah, this next zone is pretty spicy, so I'm going to be using Chain Bolts instead of Spark Bolts. Spark Bolts are really nice. Oh, Healing Ghosts. Wonderful. Oh shit, it's you two. Hi! Thanks for joining me. And I'll just keep these spells for later. Actually, this wand has better stats, so I'll use it instead. I'm leaving the Holy Mountain, so it's going to collapse behind me. I cannot go back and reuse it. I could dig back into it to, like, re-access the shop, but I no longer can edit things. Are there tiers of spells, or are they all good in specific situations? Both. Essentially, the farther down you go, the more raw power spells have, but every spell is useful in at least one situation. Like, for example, Spark Bolt. It's very cheap, and it doesn't do a lot of damage. but like it being very cheap means you can spam it, and it's also got a plus 5% crit chance. So like if I put damage on that, if I modify the damage on that, it ends up being like a decently high damage, very inexpensive spell that moves fast, has high accuracy, and has a chance to crit for 5 times damage. Or there are spells that are just like, I'm going to summon a black hole that can devour the world. Cast Scathe. That's actually not a bad comparison. Yeah, in this example, Scathe is one of the best spells in the game. Right now I'm using Chain Bolt, which is just really nice by itself without modifiers, because I don't really have any modifiers. But once I start getting modifiers, Spark Bolt will really start to show its value. Enemies drop gold depending on how many hit points they have. And enemies get a modifier to how much health they have based on how deep you are. Also, having you two healing me is really, really OP because this is a game where healing and health is a very, very precious resource. Oh wow, you're gonna be here for a while. And also this game has Twitch integration, so if you just type, if you see at the bottom right, there's like votes you can do. If you just type the number of the effect that you want to see go off in chat, you'll vote for it. And that effect will happen. But yeah, basically I'm running around, I'm killing enemies to farm gold, because I can use gold to buy things in Holy Mountains. That's an explosive thing. I don't want to be anywhere near that or I'll die. Hisi Rain. That's a bunch of Hisi. That's not good. Hisi are those little goblin guys. What was I saying? Something about... whatever. I've got Hisi to deal with right now. Right, gold. I'm farming gold because I want to be able to buy things. And I'm looking for wands, because wands that you find out in the stages are free, and they got spells on them. And sometimes you just like to see the stats on the wand itself, sometimes you like to see the spells on the wand. The spell that would make me the most excited to find right now is a spell with a blue border and a bright white and blue ball for the icon. If I get that spell, I can turn this luminous drill into a lightsaber. And lightsabers are kind of OP. Yeah, lightsabers are incredibly OP. But that spell is pretty rare. Is the only currency gold? The only currency is gold. Like, everything is gold. You find gold in the world as, like, particles. Gold is what enemies drop. It's just all gold. It's a unified world currency. Also, with this Sticking Bolt, I could just be going straight through the walls, so I really should take advantage of that. It's like, I thought this fell for a reason. Can I keep whatever weapons I find till the end of the game? Yes. Most spells have unlimited usage. Ones that don't have unlimited usage have like this little number that you can see up here. Those are limited, except there's a perk you can get that makes most limited spells unlimited. And also, in every Holy Mountain there's like a little green diamond thing, and if you pick that up, it refreshes all of your limited spell charges. But like building up powerful ones over the course of the game is really, really important. Like I say, once I get some good modifiers, I'm actually going to stop using these chain bolts, because while they're nice in a vacuum, they it's expensive and slow, so it doesn't really play nice with modifiers. Oh my god. This wand. Oh my god, there's two of them. Okay, I'm getting this one first. So this is the modifier I was talking about, and this is just raw damage. So, Giga Saw Blaze everywhere. Oh god. I am just not clicking for the next minute. That would kill me immediately if I clicked while that thing was active. Like, I want to engage with the game, but I am not clicking with that effect. Oh my god, these perks too. So this is the perk I was talking about, which makes spells unlimited. And this perk lets me edit things anywhere. And between the two of these are both amazing perks, but I'm going to take the one that lets me edit things wherever I want. If I go long enough, I can get another shot at the other one. But mostly, I don't need spells with limited charges because I can make better spells out of modifiers and components. So... if I do this, it should make a lightsaber wand. I will wait for this to expire because I do not want to kill myself. Yep, there we go. The really nice thing about Luminous Drill is it basically destroys all terrain instantly, and it does a ton of damage. And I'll be putting damage on that Spark Bolt from earlier. Which is going to be a lot faster. This Chain Bolt does 25 damage. This Spark Bolt now does 13 damage, but I can spam it. So this is actually an amazing run so far, because Lightsaber just kind of breaks the game wide open. Are there any mana-free spells? Yes, Digging Bolt is an example of a spell that costs no mana, but typically things cost mana. Free ones are very few and far between. I want to be extremely careful, because if any of these containers get blown up, I'm going to die in the explosion. That was extremely rough. Please heal me, you two. This zone, Hisi Base, tends to be the filter. Generally speaking, if you can make it through Hisi Base alive, your run is solid. But it's very, very easy to die in Hisi Base. Okay, I don't like those healing bolts sticking into that canister. You're assuming red screen is not good. Red screen means that my health is very low. I'm actually going for a secret right now. Projectiles are currently very slow, which, since I'm using a very fast projectile, doesn't really affect me, so this is actually really helpful. Super casual question. Go for it. Like, if it's a casual question, that means that you're both new and interested, and I'm glad that I can give you that experience. Does this game have controller support? Yes, it does. This game has really good controller support, actually. Like, some of the top players in the world use controllers. Oh my god, okay. So I'm excited about this one because it has Black Hole, Explosive, and Damage Shield. Those are all amazing modifiers. Or, this is a spell, these are two amazing modifiers. And the one itself is pretty decent. So what I'll actually do is I will tinker with this. What are these? I love Tinker Everywhere. I'm pretty pleased with that. Now I come over here, and this is a secret spell shop, which gives me some pretty nice stuff, but I'm not going to buy anything here yet, because if we go up here, there's a secret chamber with an hourglass. Now, I don't have the stuff to actually activate this hourglass properly. But there's a secret chamber off to the left here that the hourglass can teleport you to. But if you have a lightsaber, you can just dig straight through the wall that's supposed to be unbreakable. Like, this game really lets you go off the rails. Essentially, there's nothing in this game that is instanced. Every secret, every, like, teleporter thing exists somewhere in the world, and if you know where it is, you can just dig straight to it if you have the tools to dig. And, a lightsaber is, like, the best tool to dig with. Actually, no, that's not entirely true. The best tool is a black hole. So actually, why don't I demonstrate that? It's a little slow, but it gets the job done. But yeah, black holes. After the homie shovel. I will be missed. Yeah, and this is the secret chamber that the hourglass takes you to. None of these spells are particularly good, but I'll take this one because it's a 6 cast. Lets me cast 6 spells at once, which can be really, really good. Yeah, the Eye Room can have any spell in the game, and there can be some really obscenely good stuff in there. Oh wow, 2 whole minutes of invincibility. That's really nice. Anyway, I didn't buy anything from the store over here because I thought, hey, maybe I'll get it for free from the Eye Room. I didn't, so I'll buy it over here now. I will get this, and I will get this. And I can put this on my wand, and that's just a shield now. Are those super prevalent? Oh, huge treasure rooms? They are not. Like I say, that one's a really, really nice secret. And it just happens to be the case that this time around I had the tools to dig into it. Oh wait, I'm invincible. I should take advantage of that. I don't need to be careful. I'm a god. You can't ever play through. Exploding lightsaber probably wouldn't be good. Probably. What do you mean by can't ever play through? You can't ever play through? That is correct. Like, oh shit, I didn't mean to kill her. Typically, if you go far enough, you will find, like, the spell that you're looking for. You just have to, like, keep looking and, like, survive long enough to actually encounter it. But yeah, like, it's very much not a guaranteed thing. For that particular treasure room that I went to, you either need the ability to dig through extremely dense rock, or you need a special potion called Teleportadium to fill the hourglass with to actually properly open the portal. And that's the end of my invincibility. It will be missed. Does every enemy drop gold? Yes. Yes, it's extremely nice. Like I say, it's based off of their hit points. So, tougher enemies, generally speaking, drop more. Sea of Lava, oh god. That's not good. Makes getting gold less copium, yes. So this is probably going to drop lava directly underneath me, so I'm going to go down here so it gets dropped into the jungle. Fuck you, jungle. Catch fire, idiots. These spells are decent, but I'm not gonna buy them right now. So nice that it gives me a countdown. Yes. I'm gonna take Peace with Gods. Because inevitably something smashes up these holy mountains. You could have just killed me. I invite you to try. I'm more powerful than you are. Where was I? Okay, let me think. None of these spells I'm particularly interested in. So, what I'm gonna do is... I'll just add more modifiers to it. Yep, this is fine for now. And because I have peace with the gods, I can just dig out of the mountain and the gods won't take offense. I get new spells a lot. Yes. Like I say, this is one of those games where, like, your knowledge is more powerful than, like, any statistical bonus. It's like knowing which spells work nicely together, like which spells to take, which ones look really nice, but like maybe it's too expensive so you don't actually want to use it. It's a game that very much rewards mastery. That guy just hit me with his special ability, which is a debuff that cuts my maximum health in half. There is actually an exploit you can do with that, if you're very careful, where you deliberately let him cut your health in half, like a dozen times, so that you're down to like single digits. Then you pick up a health upgrade, and the health upgrade is actually multiplied as many times as your health was cut in half. Also, if that had gone off, I would have died. A certain guide maker could do a video on Noita. It would make me very happy if Wes did a video on Noita. Unfortunately, he's about to be like, no, I suck at Noita. Tell Ariel to do the video. Yeah, see, called it. I'm in your head. Oh god, what the... You sent me to the... You just sent me to the last stage. Yeah, I'm in your head, Wesk. Anyway. Luckily I can dig back in, because I have this. Oh, this is amazing. These spells are really, really powerful, but I can't afford them. So I'm actually just going to dig back into the previous stage. I was not expecting to be sent to the last stage. Oh my god, this actually sent me 2 full stages down. Above me isn't even the jungle. Above me is the vault, and then the jungle is above that. You sent me so far down. It was a portal to some place. Yeah, it very much was someplace. Yeah, this is the vault. You sent me so far down. Yeah, lightsaber is absurdly OP. And now I need to go get that health because I took so much damage. All of a sudden. Don't blame you. You're to blame. I'm going to blame you. There is nobody else to blame for this. Oh god, that's lava. Don't let logic get in the way. I mean, I never let logic get in the way. Yeah, I'm a little under-geared for the vault and the Temple of the Art. I want to get back up. Luckily, lightsaber is very OP. Oh, the stats on this one are decent. I'll take it. This is like a mother brain. It's like a big pile of rotten meat. And I'm interested in that because there's sometimes a max health upgrade embedded in it. Okay, no, this time it was just money. Friendly ghosts, welcome back. Oh, there's 4 of you now. Welcome, all of you. Temple is pretty free with lightsaber. Fair enough. Yeah, the game wanted to be nice. I like it when people are nice to me. Look, you're a healer. This time around you're a friendly ghost, not a healing ghost, so you're actually a DPS. If I take a TV, I'm on my own. Yeah, that's Noita. Noita, if you take a TV, you're on your own. This run is actually going really well. Like, even with the chaos, it's going really well. This wand body is usually really, really good. This wand is really, really good. I will take that. Over that. I just need to keep picking up, and last time I didn't beat Noita first try. I mean, last time I killed the boss, and then died. Out of nowhere. I'm on 4 HP, that's not good. But, I found the brickwork, so this is the top. I'm dead. Either this is too easy or I'm too good at games. Yes. Yeah, like that. Oh, that teleport really actually did screw me over. Oh, I was so close. Oh well. The good news is, since I can actually stream it, that means I can just keep playing Noita. It's a roguelite, so we start again. Chaotic Polymorphine is the worst potion to start with, so I'm literally just gonna pour it all out. Was that about being too powerful for you? I mean... I don't know. It was going really well up until I died. But yeah, I'm pouring the potion out because I want nothing to do with it. That potion, if it touches you, you turn into a random enemy. Any random enemy. I could turn into the most powerful enemy in the game, or I could turn into a sheep and die instantly. So instead I'm pouring it out so I can use the empty flask to pick up water. Because water is really useful, because water can put out fires. And things catch on fire in this game more than they do in Divinity, which is really an accomplishment. Laughs and screaming sheep. I just lost like half of my health in one big shot. I just lost all of my health. Okay, this might be a very short life. Explosives out of thin air. That helps me dig through this. Yeah, mushroom... Oh, well. Shot clean in half by a shotgun. These things happen. This is blood. Blood is roughly equivalent to water, so I'll take it. This time around, my default spell is a rubber ball, and my secondary spell is TNT, which is probably my favorite secondary. Is it an area that gives a dot? No, it's an enemy. It's an area that's effectively filled with creepers, so they blow you up and kill you. And I jumped in because I'm a greedy bitch, and I wanted the gold, and I didn't want to kill the enemies first. And I died, but these things happen. So, fun fact. It's a death pit, I see. Yes, exactly. Oh, is this, Okay, so this wax spawning like this actually means that there's a ghost in this run. Once you die enough times, I think it's like 200, essentially, every time you die, the game secretly records your death. Like, it records, like, what wands you had when you were dying. When you died. And then sometimes it will spawn a ghost of one of your last lives, carrying one of your old wands. And that can be either really good or really bad. Because the ghost always has a ton of health, which means it drops a ton of money. Oh, explosive spells, excellent. The ghost always has a ton of health, which means it drops a ton of money. And the wand that it's carrying can be either really bad, because sometimes you die because you had a terrible wand, or it can be really good because you died with like an amazing run that just like ended with bad luck. So like, if you can kill the ghost and take their wand, you can get like one of your old really good wands from a previous playthrough. Or it could just instantly murder you with your really good wand from a previous playthrough. The dream is that you get like a really, really good digging wand that like just rips through terrain and does no damage. Double-edged swords and some of this stuff is really cool. Yes. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff in this game. Like, a lot of the more powerful stuff, like, you can hurt yourself with, so you have to be careful with it. Or you can, like, do things to mitigate the risk. Yeah, you had the Ultra Monster Destroyer black hole that ends the world and died. Have a ghost that has it. Exactly. Like, one of the most amazing things you can see is a ghost ineffectively shooting digging bolts at you. These guys are asses, but if you throw a tablet at them, they die because tablets are heavy physics objects that do physics damage. There's also a mechanic in this game called accidental kills, where if an enemy dies via an environmental effect, they drop double gold and it doesn't actually count as your kill. So if you throw a tablet at them, it actually counts as an environmental kill and they drop double gold. It also does a lot of damage. It's like 200 damage, just because of like the mass of the tablet. It's really effective. Remove ground? Oh, I'd better not be near the Holy Mountain for that one. Oh, that's a health hub. That's actually really convenient. Health ups in the Holy Mountains only add 10 health, but they restore your health. Health ups outside the Holy Mountains don't heal you, but they give you 25 health instead of 10. Do you want to know what this countdown is for? Yes, when the countdown ends, the vote that was picked is implemented. Ow. Like I say, if you want to participate in the voting, all you have to do is type a number in chat. I invite you to do so. This is a really good one, because Spark Bolt Trigger is the best spell in the game. Ooh, chainsaws are really, really good. I'm actually going to take the chainsaws. Chainsaw is really nice. It's a 1-mana spell that is extremely fast and actually does a lot of damage. What are my choices? I was derping. So currently, at this very second, there is no choice because the voting is not active. But if you look at the bottom right, the next vote will be in about 65 seconds. It will pop up with a number of options, and you just read them and you hit the number for the one that you want. And there's a really nice combo that I'm going to do, which is Sparkbolt Trigger. Trigger grabs the next spell and casts it out of where this spell terminates, and I'll put a chainsaw on it. So I'm essentially shooting chainsaws at people. And I'll take Rage Fueled Levitation as my perk, which means my Levitation meter, which is like an expendable resource, but that recharges when I'm on the ground. My Levitation meter will recharge if I kill enemies. And being able to fly is really important. So being able to shoot chainsaws at people is really strong, as you can see. It's all the fun of getting up close and personal with none of the risk. Right, here's a new vote. I suggest you type 3 in chat, because that'll give me another new wand. Which is like all the time, so it should be pseudo-infinite. Oh, you're both bullying me now. Yes, neither of these spells have usage limits, so it's just permanent. Yes, it has to be just the number. So you did it. No, you didn't. You did 2 smiley, you have to be just 2. There you go. So that's gonna get rid of a ton of ground around me again. This wand is usually really good, it's got magic missiles in it, the recharge time is really bad, and so is the charge speed. But this is fine. And there goes the terrain around me. It was nice while it lasted. You're a sadist at heart, sorry. We are going to get along just fine. Oh, I just clicked off screen. Whoops. Those are more candles. That's another omen. That means that the ghost is nearby. That said, Chainsaw on a Stick is a really good anti-ghost weapon. I am glad that I decided to play this game tonight. Today was a kind of a day where I was not necessarily having a very good day. And I was like, oh, maybe I should just wait until Sunday, just like let the new week happen. Then I was like, nah, I want to try it. And yeah, this made for a really good test. And I'm very happy to see you back. Like, it's sincerely, like, the nicest feeling in the world when people, like, show up and say hi. Because people enjoy. I like to think that people enjoy me. This is a broken wand. It's a fun little thing. You'll say this, but you said the start was 100% genuine, so that's a hint about how your day was. Maybe this just wasn't a very good day for anybody then. But you know what? Let's make the best of it. I'm in a little optional area right now called the Fungal Caverns. This place has pretty decent wands for the level. I also have a magic missile wand that I should be abusing. For projectile anti-gravity. That could be problematic for me. Don't mind me just chainsawing through dirt and stone, as one does. Yeah, you can see that they're arcing harshly upwards. Okay, there's metal in the way, I'm not getting that. At least not in that route. Oh, also, there's alchemy in this game where you can like mix different fluids to make different fluids. And one of my favorite recipes is 1 part water and 1 part poison mixed 2 parts water. So it's very, very easy to clear out like a poisonous pool. Those guys are literally called Robocops in the game files, and they're a pain in the butt because they resist projectile damage. And they don't miss. And I'm dead. I gotta get some IRL stuff done. I hope it goes well. Try not to get shot by a Robocop in the meantime. Swamp potion, basically just tasty water, so I'm not gonna bother dumping that out. Don't have too much fun. I don't know, this game's pretty great. Oil potion, just in case you wanted to like do one of those photo shoots, I guess. Potion rain. That could be really, really good or really, really bad. Really, really good would be getting potions like ambrosia or pheromone. Really bad would be having a bunch of acid dumped on my head. Max health plus. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. If it's a tie, it'll randomly select between the things that were tied, I believe. So, we shall see who wins. Oh, potion rain. Awesome. So the really scary... See, that right there? That's why I hate chaotic polymorphine. Worm blood, water, pheromone. Pheromone's really good. And ambrosia. Excellent. Okay, that actually went literally as well as I could have possibly asked for. Ambrosia is really nice because if I coat myself with ambrosia, I become literally invincible. There are a handful of applications for this. And pheromone's really nice because any enemy that I coat with pheromone becomes friendly to me. And there are a handful of applications for that. Concentrated mana is also really useful. If I drink or coat myself with concentrated mana, my mana regen goes really, really high. And also, mana eats through steel as though it was concrete while being completely safe to touch. Did I say concrete? I meant acid. I don't know where concrete came from. Mana eats through metal like it's acid, but it's completely safe for you to touch. Oh, also, concentrated mana turns water into more concentrated mana. So, you literally just never run out of it, essentially. Look, sometimes I say words that are just, like, not the word I want to say. Like, one that I have a really bad habit for is I'll say, like, I'll mix up white and yellow. Like, I'll think white and I'll say yellow, or vice versa. Also, this is a secret/puzzle. They gave me an empty potion, like a flask, to use for this. If I burn this little barrier away, there's some oil over here. And what I do is I take the empty flask and I drain this oil out of this basin. And I transfer it to this basin. It is a simple puzzle, but it is, you know, a fun little puzzle. And my reward for doing so is a unique wand. With really, really good stats. And some really nice spells. This wand is also like pseudo-random. This is an amazing iteration of this wand. It also has a unique model. You will never get a random spawn wand that looks like this. That startled me. I was not expecting to just explode. Which is funny because that's like the thing I do the most. Anyway, let's blow this thing up. More max health. Any amount of max health is really nice. I like to end the first stage with at least 400 gold. But if I get too hurt, I will end it prematurely. I recognize this layout. There's going to be a treasure in the middle of it, most likely. Oh, that's Omega. That's a very, very rare, very powerful spell. I am exceedingly pleased to have found this. Yeah, that is absurdly lucky. So what Omega does is it casts a copy of every other spell in the wand. Which sounds decent at first glance, but the cool thing about that is you can use that to bypass usage limits, including on spells that typically, even if you have unlimited spells, even on spells that, like, don't get unlimited. It's unlimited any spell you want, which includes the healing spells. Because healing spells are also absurdly rare and you can't make them unlimited. So if you can copy them, you can spam them. And if you can spam them, you have unlimited health. As long as you have time to heal yourself, of course. And infinite out-of-combat healing is, like, unspeakably useful utility. Anyway, I'm going to... Okay, this is gone. That means that the little pool of teleportadium underneath it has been drained. And this damage means that it was a worm that did it. Worms devour anything they touch, and are very scary. But if you drink their blood, you can see in the dark. Or, sorry, you can see through walls, and in the dark. The really nasty thing about worms is they dig up the brickwork, and then the gods blame you for it. So if it goes, the gods are angry, it's because of the worm, it wasn't me. Improve wands, wow, thank you very much. All the wands get slightly better stats. This wand right now is so absurdly overpowered. this long distance cast? No, this teleport cast. Spark Bolt and Triplicate Bolt. And I want to do it like this. Not quite. Okay. Toxic Communities, very good. With this, I can go play League of Legends. Honestly, I think I actually prefer doing it like this. Would I ever want to play League of Legends? Ahri is a character, so yes. Like, you fail to understand just how easy it is to cater to me. Like, Ahri's not a kitsune, she's a gumaho, but she's still a fox. Ow, lava showers. Not good. She's already been through WoW, how bad can LoL be? Exactly. Like, I really don't think there's anything League of Legends could throw at me that WoW didn't. Actually, potentially worse. No, because your teammates in League of Legends can't vote kick you, I'm pretty sure. Like, if League of Legends was, like, as bad as WoW, they would see— they can? Well then. Like, if League of Legends was as bad as WoW, they'd see that you, like, picked Ahri, and they'd immediately kick you. I don't actually know how competitively viable Ahri is. She is, like, a mascot character, so I imagine she has to be really good. I played a little bit of League of Legends, like, 13 years ago. And I played exclusively Ahri. It was funny, because, like, I'd get into a match and then I'd instantly lock Ahri, and then my teammates would just be like, what the fuck, we already have a center, and I'm just like, I don't know what any of these terms mean, I'm just a fox. Incidentally, I only ever played casual, so I wasn't briefing. Yeah, fox like fox, it's really that simple. Black holes are nice, teleport bolt is nice. Let me think. The black holes are nice. The black holes are really nice. I'm actually gonna take this. The cool thing about multicasts is that you can chain them together. So, like, double grabs this and this, and then this grabs this and this. So this is all one spell. So I can actually do this and get rid of these. And that's a lot of spark bolts. And then I can put this modifier in front of all of those. Perhaps we shouldn't. Oh hey, no more shuffle, excellent. This is one of the most powerful perks in the game because shuffle wands tend to have better stats than non-shuffle wands, but you can't, like, make specific spells out of them. This is all 1 LV. Wait, wrong game, yeah. Just think, if Noita hadn't run, I'd be in Palace of the Dead right now. Yeah, then I delete shuffle. Yeah, no, shuffle wands tend to have better stats than non-shuffle wands, but they shuffle so they suck. Until you get this. No more shuffle basically means you unlock a whole extra tier of wands that are just better. Alright, this is probably going to kill me, but it's worth it. Honestly, that's probably just my motto at this point. It's probably gonna kill me, but it's worth it. This is an appropriate level of force for a single rat. Definitely motto. Live fast, die young. Twitchy. Oh god, Twitchy with this one? You're actually going to kill me. Twitchy means that I randomly cast the spell. Like, I randomly, like, fire my spell. And it does friendly fire if it doesn't normally. So, that would be really, really bad. You didn't know what it means? Yeah, that's what it does. I randomly shoot my wand, and it's got friendly fire on if it doesn't normally. Sea of Random. If that one gets selected, it'll pick a random material, and it'll drop a ton of it underneath me. I got Twitchy. Yeah, so now I'm just... yeah. I'm actually just gonna switch off my wand. Yeah, your hands... that's not good. That enemy, their debuff makes you teleport around at random. I could drown in here. That's a possibility. Okay, there's a little bit of air up here. I'm safe. Actually rigged, yeah. Alright. We made it. I don't know why I'm, like, thinking in terms of, like, oh, this would be, like, really good long-term. This is a Twitch run. I have to go. I have to go fast, or I'm not going to survive. Let's buy this spell. I like teleport bolts because they let me go fast. Oh, melee immunity. Melee immunity is one of the most powerful perks in the game, because most damage is melee. Also, if you teleport out of the mountain, it doesn't break it. So you can go back and re-edit things. Now, this is an example of a run where I don't have the tools to break into the secret room. Oh, projectile area teleport is amazingly good. And the cool thing about not breaking the Holy Mountain is I can go and I can just take that off the wand. So this is really good, because all of these projectiles are going to get projectile area teleport. And projectile area teleport means that anything that gets into the radius, it instantly teleports on top of it. Which makes this incredibly inaccurate wand substantially more powerful. Is there like a better setup I could do? No, I think that's it for now. Unlimited Fox, yes. Also, this wand has enough mana that I can cast Omega Black Holes. And now I do have the tools to get to the secret room. Ow. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put acceleration on that. Oh, hi. You shouldn't be here. He also bleeds teleporting liquid, so if we get that on me, I get the same teleport. Extreme spread. That makes my life difficult. Yep, there we go. Broke the mountain as a result. See, now you're the one being nice. Oh god, the spread. It's actually just shooting at random. It lasts for a minute. That is absurd. Okay, this is fine. I'll make it work. And this is why we like acceleration on black holes. It's so random. It is literally just shooting in whatever direction it wants to shoot. Alright, luckily I'll be free of this curse in 1 second. Alright. That only took most of my health. The accelerated black holes, unlimited. This is why Omega is such a good spell. Or rather, it's an example of why Omega is such a good spell. Because normally these would be limited usage, but via Omega I can spam it as much as I want. And I died. These things happen. Oh, my game just restarted. Hold on. Oh wow, the window didn't close and reopen. Is the stream still working? Okay, that's cool. Acceleradium is fun, because it makes me go fast. But yeah, like you would play Musk, but yeah, no, that spread really screwed me over. Particularly, especially with like the spell that I was using. Like, if it was a less explosive flaming spell, I might have been fine. But that spell in particular just did a lot of damage to me. Where were we? Okay, bombs. Lamp oil, rope, bombs. It's yours, my friend. That is, if you have enough rubies. Fun fact, most of the time the currency in the Zelda series is rupees, but in the CDI games they got it wrong and they're just like rubies, like the red corundum. Which is why, if you look at a playthrough of the CDI games, the red rupees are worth 1, because they thought that that was the base denomination. Oh, speaking of fun facts, today I learned that all dolphins are whales. But not all whales are dolphins. Oh my god, boomerang bomb, why? I didn't even see that that was what was happening. Well, I guess I'll just have to go into the front door, I guess. Oh, this is chaotic polymorphine. Sometimes I can like dive into the water and get away with it, not with polymorphine. If I dive into that, I'll turn into something random. And regrettably, Fox isn't an option. Okay, this is actually kind of sick with the bouncy balls. They follow me around. It's like a little aura of guardians. I left really early, but you guys have me paranoid. I'm just like, I have to go forward. I need to just keep moving or they'll kill me. Yeah, good, you win. Ooh, blood money. I have a dream, and that dream involves the Summon Rock spell. Fun fact, Bouncy Ball, the rubber ball, is actually the highest damaging spell in the game. Because there's a secret associated with it. I am not currently in a position to leverage this secret, but it's there, waiting. always watching. I make all of my friends play Noita. It's just a consequence of like having my Discord. And everybody always is like, oh, bouncy ball, I don't like it, it's hard to aim, it doesn't do much damage, and I'm just like, no, bouncy ball does the most damage. You just don't know the secrets. Wonderful loot. Oh, extra heart. Excellent. I like hearts. Secret is it sucks? It does not. I assure you it does not. The trick to bouncy ball is that it gains damage based on how much speed it accumulates over its lifetime. So if you modify the spell so that it starts out very slow and then accelerates, it does like hundreds of damage a shot. I'm a little bit tired. Also, that red screen flashing is the damage that I was taking from being coated in poison. Tired Fox, a little. Like I say, it was kind of one of those days. Explosive boxes. These are really powerful, but the gimmick is they don't explode on their own. So you need something else to set them off. Very tired, Fox. I'm yawning. Oh, Ping Pong Path. This is really, really good in the right situation. And Teleport Vault. We take those. This can go here. Gas Fire is nice because it's the only thing in the game that gets rid of frozen vapors. And frozen vapors are typically a very nasty threat. Drinking some water, my voice is getting tired. I see you two have decided that I should explode. Let me try and use that. Excellent. You merely play into my hands. This is Plasma Beam Cross. That's a really powerful spell. Very dangerous to use, but very powerful. That's why. I didn't even notice last time. Well, I noticed this time. And I used it against you. Yeah, so like the blue vapors that come out of these enemies in those propane tanks, normally they just hurt you, but with gas fire, they evaporate if you get near. It is the only thing in the game that actually defends against frozen vapor. I potentially could have missed it this time, but I didn't. That is an Uko. Uko does an absurd amount of damage. Uko is buried under a pile of diamonds, and I'm just gonna leave him there. Because diamonds are worthless, they're not gold. I would really rather not touch ground while a worm is in play. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a choice. Snipers are not fun to be around. Very fast projectiles, absurdly accurate, goes through soft terrain like the snow in here. I am devouring worm blood so I can see through walls. When I was a child, there was an entire series of books, I think. Or maybe it was just one. But essentially the gimmick of the book, I think it was just a book. The gimmick of the book was the main character was dared to eat like 100 worms in like a month. And it was disgusting, but by the end of it, he like really liked eating worms, and he did it even after the vet was over. Yeah, when you're a kid, you read the books that are available. You don't really pick and choose them, I guess is the best. I guess is the moral of that story. Okay, so once again, I do not have the means to break into the secret room. If I found... There are a few things I could find that would, like, give me access to it. This enemy type, the pink one with like the green gun. I call them pinkies, and I also call them my girlfriends. They are girls because they are pink, and they are girlfriends because they heal me. Oh, she's dead. Crap. This is an occupational hazard of being in a relationship with me. Also, the fire is evaporating smoke, which is igniting because of my gas fire, which is melting the snow, which is making more water, which is making more smoke. There's just a lot of fire happening right now. And I keep forgetting to fill my flask with water so I can not be on fire. Humanoid enemies can pick up and use wands against you. So you had to be scared. You had to be scared of that. This one wasn't really a threat, thankfully. Yeah, extremely scary. I have encountered an enemy that found a wand that had nuke on it, and they just shoot the nuke and blow up the stage and kill you. Like, these things can happen. It's that kind of game. Anyway, my health is really low, and I don't like that. Now, I said that Pinky heals me, but she doesn't actually heal you, unless you make her friendly. You can do that with pheromones. Oh, she's dead. Alternately, if you get 2 of them, you can slightly damage them and then stand between them, and they'll try to heal each other, but they'll heal you instead. The moral of the story is, be polyamorous and abuse your girlfriends. I like how, as I say that, I died. Yeah, it gets me killed. Just a little. Here, hold on. I'm gonna turn on cheats. And I'm going to demonstrate the power of Bouncy Ball. Okay, so I want... What's it called? Bouncing Burst? Alphabetize, please. Bouncing Burst, and then I want Heavy Shot, which will make it very slow. And then I want accelerating shot and accelerative homing. Then I'll grab some perks to make my wands better, like faster ones, and oh, Twitch integration is still on. Okay, that'll just make my wands better so I can... Here, look. So this is a spell that starts slow and then gets faster. I probably didn't need to go this over the top with the wands, but whatever. So this is just a bouncing burst with modifiers. 2,279 damage. 100 damage. 65 damage. Like, it just gets faster and faster and faster and does more and more damage. It's incredibly overpowered. Like I say, this is the most powerful spell in the game, if you know that trick. Although there are a few other, like, really fun things you can do with wands. As a matter of fact, let me clear these out, and I'll demonstrate another one. Another really simple, really powerful combo. I'm looking for... this is the perks. I'm looking for Spark Bolt with Trigger. And I'm looking for Touch of Gold. Oh, and unlimited spells while I'm at it, because Touch of Gold has limited casts. Just these two spells together. Oh, hold on. That's, Okay, so I shoot that, and that uses up the spell, and then I take, I think it's Gamma? Gamma. If only I could remember which the order of letters. Gamma. Yes, cast copy the last spell on the wand. So, Sparkle Trigger, casting a copy of Touch of Gold. It just turns everything into gold. Now, this is extremely scary though, because I'm not immune to the effect. If I hit myself with it, I will turn myself to gold. This is a lake of molten lava, and I'm just like turning the surface into gold, I guess. But yeah, transmutation is essentially a one-shot kill on everything that is not explicitly immune to it. And basically nothing is explicitly immune to it. Giga Saw Blades everywhere. And that's why we don't like Giga Saw Blades. Alright, I will be turning the cheats off now. It was a cheat run, it's not like I was going to take it seriously anyway. Okay, so magic missiles. So every time I've started a new game, I've gone straight into the mountain. However, Noita is a game all about going off the rails. So you can go to the left, or you can go up, if you have the right tools. And Magic Missile is a tool that helps you go up, because I can knock a divot out of the cliffside, get my flight back, and then use that to get up and over this little lip. And now there's a whole new world to explore. Most of the game is still like beneath the mountain. Most of the stuff that's like up above the mountain is like secret post-game stuff, but we can do that, get some health right at the start of a new run. Funny how technically the surface is post-game. Yes. That's a good way to put it. The surface is post-game. Like, there's hidden stuff to the right, there's hidden stuff up, there's hidden stuff to the left. But it's all very dangerous. Like, you can do it early, but, like, it's really dangerous. Also, he's spawning in everywhere. I am simply going to run to the bottom. If you make it from one holy mountain, or from the start to a holy mountain, or from a holy mountain to another holy mountain without killing anything, you get a treasure chest called the Pacifist's Reward. Which is kind of nice. It's like, oh hey, you don't have to kill things, necessarily. So I will grab that, and I will grab Oil Blood, which confers fire immunity among its other effects. It's also barely anything next to killing. Yes, generally speaking, it's much, much better to kill things. But if you just feel like zipping through to the bottom without killing anything, it works. It is a viable strat. Anyway, I'm gonna kill this thing now. It's bothering me. Magic Missile is very nice because it lets you blast through terrain very efficiently. Not as good as a dedicated digging spell, but still pretty good. That said, Energy Orb, even better, because Energy Orb does this. And Energy Orb doesn't have a usage limit, like Magic Missile does. Big dig, yes. It also does decent damage. That enemy found a wand and died. Typical Noita experience. I am only limited by my mana recharge speed. Okay, I am looking for a chainsaw. I would really like to find a chainsaw. I did not find a chainsaw. Saving Grace, that's an extra life. Sorry, that's not extra life. That's... I always get knocked down to 1 hit point before I actually die. That's what that is. Basically, if you've ever played Mega Man Battle Network, that ability is basically undershirt. Also, Mega Man Battle Network is very fun. I'd love to play it on stream. The Legacy Collection came out relatively recently. Actually, that's not entirely true. I'd just love to play that game in general. It doesn't have to necessarily be on stream. But doing it on stream would give me an excuse. Also, I am getting my butt kicked. Oh, and I'm dead. these things happen. Alright, there's half an hour left in the stream, roughly. And I want to get at least one kill on the final boss. And this acid potion will help me do that. I just have to not die along the way. Normally I try to farm individual levels to get more powerful stuff. Yeah, and then she died along the way. Yeah, normally I try to farm up powerful stuff, but with this acid potion I can one-shot the boss, so I'm just gonna run to the boss. I just have to not die to shotguns. And he got himself killed, meaning I don't get pacifist reward. Thanks a lot, idiot. I didn't appreciate that. Spark Bolt trigger is a spell really worth picking up, so are the basic Spark Bolts. I always cast... Okay, it got always cast crit. I once got always cast magic missile, and it was hilarious. If it's always cast, then whenever you click, regardless of what's actually on the wand, that spell goes off. So if I'd gotten something like Black Hole, or Healing, or Magic Missiles, oh god, everything's a Gigasaw Blade now. You didn't choose it that time? Yeah, I totally believe you. The thing about Gigasaw Blades is that they have a boomerang trajectory. So if you shoot something, it'll turn around and try to murder you. It's very dangerous. That said, not as dangerous as Omega Saw Blade. Omega Saw Blade actively hunts you down. Okay, obviously I have to shoot the triplicate bolts. Ow, that was nearly all of my health in one hit. This is why we don't like Gigasaw Blades. I have 52 gold. That's the same amount as there are weeks in the year. Crit on oil is actually one of the most powerful spells in the game. Under the right circumstances. Unfortunately, I cannot afford it. This is fine. This enemy looks like an Uka, but he's an ice mage instead of a lightning mage. Gain random perk. Some perks are absurdly good. Some perks are just like garbage run enders. This is gonna ruin the run or make it perfect. Yes. Like, a really, really good perk would be something like, I don't know, Greed, or Tinker Everywhere, or No Shuffle. A really bad perk would be something like No More Tinkering, which just makes it so you can't tinker anymore, even in Holy Mountains. It is... I fully... Extra knockback. I'll take it. I fully believe that no tinkering exists purely to poison the well for random perks. Because there's a perk called Gamble, which gives you 2 other perks at random. I sincerely believe that no on tinkering is there to poison the well, so it's not like... So that Gamble is not like automatically an auto pick. Like, I cannot conceive of a scenario where you would intentionally take... Yeah, I can't edit wands anymore. This Uko picked up a teleport wand. And he's trying to kill me by teleporting to me aggressively. I don't know why I flew over the health there. I really like teleports because they let me go faster. Okay, this is extra life. This one will help me stay alive. Okay, so if I can just get through Hisi base, I should be alright. There we go. It's much easier when you're not trying to loot the place down to the bedrock. Explosion immunity. Oh, also, I didn't let it stay up for very long, but the one on the far right, that was no wand tinkering. Yeah, speak of the devil. Oh, trigger warning if you're scared of spiders, by the way. Or content warning, depending on your preferences. I have multiple friends that are just scared to death of spiders. And I try to keep that sort of thing in mind as a result. Delete spider. Spiders are really, really nice. They're just very spooky. Extra health, very nice. This is just the tanky run. Yeah. Delete spider. Fair enough. You are allowed to not like spiders. I'm just putting them over here so it's a consistent thing. Oh, that's accelerating, not okay, whatever. Alrighty. Anyway, same deal, we're just teleporting through the vault. We aren't actually particularly making an effort to loot it, or to get money. This is really bad, because electricity means I'm stunned, and that enemy in particular is very, very dangerous, and has so much damage resistance that I basically cannot practically kill it. Not with this loadout, anyway. That was a dead end. Oh, and I'm frozen. This might be the end of me. Nope, I survived. Decent one, we'll take it. Oh, you made me twitchy. Alright, I made it. There's only one stage left, and that's the Temple of the Art, which is going to be very difficult to dig through unless I find a black hole right now. I didn't. Okay. I will take Trick Blood money. I don't expect it to come up very much. my stinging wand out of this one, turn this into a teleport wand. A sea of water that could make my life difficult, but you know what? I think I got this. I think this is the run. Put this here and put this here. I like to do my damage wand on top, my digging wand on 2, and my teleport wand on 3. I try to be consistent about these things. That just made a ton of water. Temple of the Art is a nightmare to navigate unless you can break brickwork, which I cannot. So I have to actually find a path down. Which is not easy. But it is doable. Oh, I just teleported into lava. That would have been the end of me if not for extra life. Alright, this is it. This is the last little rest area before the final boss. Very close, but I'm actually gonna get a win. It is almost certain. Alright, so the last boss is fairly tough. Also, content warning spiders again, just watch out. But, it is vulnerable to acid, so... That did not do nearly the damage I needed it to do. Crap. Okay, so we're gonna be at this for the next 25 minutes, I guess. Assuming I've lived that long. I don't think... yeah, Digging Vault doesn't do any damage. And of course it's summoning ads to make my life harder. Honestly, I'm doing better than I thought I would. I say as I take like 60 damage. Oh god, I'm attracting projectiles. That's really bad. Well, so much for that. I was really hoping that was going to be the win. Yeah. Fox Fitman. Well, it's like I have to charge up the absurd good luck by getting bad luck every now and then. That's how it works. That said, is it how it works? Yes. That said, I think that this is going to be my last run, win or lose. So I will go until I die, and then that will be the end of the stream. Or if it hits 9:30, it'll be the end of the stream also. I was just assuming that I'd die before then. Alright, I do not want to be in here with that guy. Very possible to die fast? Yes, it is. Like, I'm pretty good at this game. I've got the crown, I've got the amulet. I still only have like 9 wins. Granted, that's mostly because I always go for like the super crazy post-game runs instead of like actually just beating the game. But it is what it is. I will take Plague Rats. Also, I like how you gave me this like aura where it's like, yeah, you can tell that she doesn't shower. It doesn't count as losses when I have post-game pain. Yes. Like, beating the game, like killing the boss and getting the result as a result of that, really isn't as interesting as all the other things you can do if you go off the rails. Like win is just a word there to tempt you into going off the path of knowledge, essentially. Because science demands an answer. What happens if I put the explosive modifier on a rock? Like, what happens? Circle of acid, far more dangerous. Oh, digging bolt. That's... Did I just come from the, Did I just come from the coal pits, or did I just come from the mines? I feel like I just came from the coal pits. So digging bolt's not going to be as useful, but it's still pretty useful. Oh hey, no more shuffle. This has actually been such a good night for perks. I am very sleepy. I am looking forward to going to bed after this. Elevator going down. If it works, it works. Of course, that's why the Hisi base is filled with metal, so you can't do that, but it is what it is. Ooh, fire immunity, very nice. And then I lightsaber it. If I could, I would. Okay, so with luck, I can show off a cool thing with the broken wand. Summon Stavari. I think Stavari likes me, so he'll just attack the enemies. No, he does not like me. Unfortunately for him, I'm too fast. That enemy has... Oh god, that is energy... That is like 5 energy bolts with triggers. I don't want that. I don't want to be anywhere near that. Please stop. Leave me alone. So at the bottom right of the Hisi area, guaranteed, there's an anvil spawn. And I believe that's it right there. And the cool thing about the anvil is the anvil can fix the broken wand. Which turns it into a really good wand. With random spells and stats, but really good. So let's... put all our stuff on that one. I would absolutely love to put explosive spell on this, but I can't afford it. Then again, maybe I can. No, I cannot. Faster wands. That's pretty good by itself. Jungle. I can dig through the jungle. Ooh, plasma cutters. Those are really good. There are a variety of portals at the bottom, but they all go to the exact same place. There is... Oh, this could have been like a really, really OP run. What's he saying? That is a bomb. That is a trap chest. I will take... I will take critical hit plus. And I will just keep digging through the terrain. That is a firestone. Not only does it let me set things on fire, as long as I'm holding it, like in my hands, not just passively in my inventory, as long as I'm holding it in my hands, I am immune to fire, even without the fire immunity perk. Which can be pretty nice at times. I am drunk now. I've never been drunk IRL, and I never really intend to. I've just never heard a story that started with first I went out drinking, and then ended with me feeling jealous of the person telling the story. That's the best way I can put it. And they glued me down where I got shot. Alright, well, that's life. That's Noita. Oh, also, if you turn it on in options, you can get, like, replays. They don't have to be of dying, but they automatically happen when you die. And you can, like, review what killed you, and more importantly, you can export it as a GIF. So you can make kind of hilarious little GIFs of the things that you've done in Noita to show off to your friends. Yeah, some are crazy looking. My favorite GIF that I've made is where I essentially, like, did, like, Macross missiles. Where, like, I shoot my wand and just, like, a bunch of missiles just, like, fire all over the place and, like, home down everything and explode it and they're just, like, ripping through the terrain. It's really good. Anyway, I had a good night. I'm glad that my PC is now capable of streaming this game, and presumably other PC games. That makes me happy. Next stream should be on Sunday, and the plan is to stream Bravely Default 2 for Nintendo Switch. If you found yourself here and you enjoyed the stream, please consider following if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful night and sleep well. Goodbye.